Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So, if you are new to digital marketing and if you are looking forward to take a job at a performance marketing agency and you are confused whether I should join a larger agency or a smaller agency, what kind of learning opportunities are there, what kind of earning opportunities there, how the agency culture look like. So, today we are going to discuss the same, and this video will definitely give you insights on your decision making process, whether you should join a larger agency or a smaller agency. So before jumping into the video, I will give a quick overview of my journey into this field and how I started. So basically, I started my journey as a content creator in 2019. Basically, I used to run one meme page. After that, I started taking some freelance project into the social media marketing. Then I graduated in 2022, and I have taken a full-time internship which turned into the full-time job. I worked as a business analyst in performance marketing agency based out of Pune. I worked there for 1 year during June 2022 to June 2023. After that, I changed my job 3 months ago, and now I work at another agency, which is a bigger agency. It is a global agency. So I have experience of working with a smaller performance marketing agency as well as larger performance marketing agency. So let's discuss how the learning opportunities and earning opportunities are different on the both the front. So what I have done is divided agencies into the three sizes, basically based on number of employees. I've taken 10 to 50 employees in smaller agencies, in medium agency 100 to 300 employees, and in larger agencies, well established agencies, there can be more than 50 to 1000 employees and 2000 and 3000 employees. So what we will do today is, as I work in smaller agency, that is 10 to 15, 10 to 50 employees, and currently I'm working at a large agency. What we will do is we'll compare how the learning opportunities, earning opportunities, and how the culture is different. Let's jump on to the learning opportunities. So in small agency, while working at a smaller agency, your training period might be shorter as compared to the larger agencies. You will be given a 2 to 3 weeks of training, and after that you will be provided with a lot of like learning materials, so you have to go through them, and most of the things you have to do through self learning. At a larger agency there might be a longer training period, 1 to 2 months, and there will be some training modules that you have to go through. And at smaller agencies, clients will be smaller and budgets will be smaller as well. And in larger agency, client will be more established brands and global brands. Their marketing spends will be on higher side. In terms of at smaller agency, you get a chance to do mistake, you get to chance to get your hands dirty, try out different things. In larger agencies, as the budgets are big, you can't you can't play with your budget and experiment too much on the budget front. In small agency, you get an opportunity to experiment with a budget, different type of campaign structure, audiences, and you can suggest to your manager, and upon approval you can implement it. Whereas in large agencies, you need to present a certain case studies, data points, why the particular campaign you are suggesting is useful. You have to give the data points and case studies to the management, and upon approval, if it is whatever you are saying is logical, then it may get approved. So in smaller agency, you as an individual, you might get multiple accounts to handle. As a individual, you might be working with 3 to 5 accounts, and you will be directly involved in a client communication. You might be presenting a reports, PowerPoint presentations, or a certain campaign data to the client. Whereas in a larger agencies, you might be involved in indirect communication. Basically, you might be drafting some emails or sending a report. But during a client call, as clients are bigger, budgets are bigger, and it on one particular account or for one particular well established brand, there might be a like 12 to 15 members team, or even 30 or 40 members team working on a one account. Usually managers are involved in active communication in the call. While working at a small agencies, you get to do things from scratch. Basically, brands are new, they don't have any market value, they don't have any branding, so it is very challenging situation as well as interesting situation for you to learn. Whereas in terms of larger agency, usually each quarter or every 6 months or so, there is some media plan created, and you have to follow that media plan. And there are certain process and SOPs that you have to follow. uh, in small agency, for example, you created particular dashboard or you applied automation, and it was very fruitful to the organization, then that particular dashboard or automation can be created as a system or process into the agency, because there are no systems and processes defined early on in a smaller agencies. As number of people increases, system and processes get defined, whereas in larger agencies most of the systems and processes are already defined. As a beginner you don't have to worry about it. In terms of earning opportunity, uh, it is said that in smaller agencies salaries are as per the market standard. Usually they are lower or at par in markets as per the market standard. While working at a large agency, salaries might be above average, above the market standards, basically on a higher side. In terms of a performance, like incentives are based on your performance. How your performance, based on your performance, you will be getting incentives in both agencies. Whereas in larger agencies, there might be certain awards to keep employees motivated who have done like exceptionally well during a particular quarter. So while working at a smaller agency, you may get promoted early as well, because if your performance is good, your promotion will happen soon as well. Whereas in a larger agencies, uh, you are promoted based on a time period you served in that company. So there will be a time bound promotions. Let's say after 12 months or 18 months or 2 years, sort of this sort of things go on at larger agencies. At smaller agencies, see, as organization grows, if at smaller agencies your career growth can be exponential or stable. For example, if agency is aggressively onboarding clients and delivering a better result to the clients, every agency started as a small agency, so you will grow into medium and then large. So as a you can be a core member of a agency, and some after few days you might end up making a partner. So while working at a larger agencies, career growth is bit linear, as I have already told you. Like promotions are basically time bound. Okay, so now let's jump. So now let's jump into culture. How the culture of the small and large agency look like. So basically, in small agency, teams are small. So in basically, you know everyone in the agency, and in larger agencies, basically you know people who work in your team. In terms of small agencies, you need to be flexible. Basically, if there is some onboarding going on of a client, and they need urgent website audit or ads account audit, so you should always be open to taking up tasks. So you need to be flexible. Whereas in terms of large agencies, basically responsibilities are clearly defined, and there is a team for a particular task. There is a SEO team, there is a search team, there is a social team, there is a tag team, there is a commerce team. For each task there is a division there. I have often seen most of the smaller agencies prefer work from office, whereas that is not case for larger agencies. They have either work from office, hybrid, or some of them also have work from home. In terms of stress levels, while working at a small agency, as an individual you might be working with multiple clients. Basically, one person is handling 3 to 5 accounts of different brands, so there will always be a performance stress. For example, in festive season all the clients are running sale, and three clients out of five are not performing well. Their products are not getting sold, and your client is like reverting to you, so you need to answer everything as a beginner as well. So whereas this is not case for larger agency, basically as a beginner you don't have much responsibilities apart from completing your tasks. Many times a manager may get stressed out because of like ineffective team. Basically, if junior team is not able to accomplish tasks on a time, So there might be some situations get created that may be stressful for managers. So in terms of work life balance, usually there is like less, very low focus on work life balance in smaller agencies, and in large agencies there is very high focus on work life balance. Basically, in small agencies you don't get leaves easily because there are already less number of people and more number of clients. So you may not get leaves easily. You might have to request your manager early on in order to take a leave. Whereas in terms of in larger agencies, you might get leaves easily, or if you request leave, your leave may get approved. And if your leaves are pending, your manager would request you to take a leave. Now let me share my opinion, what I think. So basically, when you're starting into digital marketing, I would urge you to focus first on learning and then on earning. I would recommend you to join small or medium sized agency, as you will get there a lot of exposure, different type of clients, different type of platforms, different type of tools that you will come across. And while choosing the type of agency to join, I would also recommend you to do some management analysis. Go through the profile of founders, managers, how they were, do they have some agency experience, do they have good amount of experience, because you will be directly reporting. Ultimately, you will be directly reporting to them or indirectly reporting to them. So you need to be careful of choosing your first boss. Another thing is, don't just learn marketing platforms. Learn marketing fundamentals, learn consumer behavior, learn growth hacking, read different blogs on growth hacking. I've often seen while working at a larger agencies, most of the people who have more than 2 3 years of experience are not aware of marketing fundamentals, because they have been following the process what they have been told. In small agency, as I already told you, you get an opportunity to make mistakes and to improve on it. While working at an agency, I would also request you to build a network, because same colleagues mm, uh, would help you while switching jobs in future, or maybe become a co-founder if you start your own agencies. As you are entering the world of performance marketing, have a data driven and logical approach.